What's up, guys? Welcome to day 46 of playing chess every day until I reached a rating of 2000. Let's play against white with the French. Maybe we can get to 1500, 1550. Just take center like we always do. If he pushes the pawn, we just attack the center and take. If he takes, we develop the bishop, and then we develop our bishop and then see how it goes. Okay, he's taking his sweet time. Now we're just gonna develop the knight. If he pushes, we go into the center and then push the pawn and attack the center pawn, and then attack the e5 pawn with the knight. Yes, and we get the queen out, try to attack the pawn on b2, and also try to hinder the bishop from developing. And we again have this knight in the very weird square where we block the other knight. Attack in the center to get the knight onto the f6, so we can develop the knight. It's take, double the bishop and the queen to fork the king and the rook. And also if the bishop develops, we take, and then we can also take the pawn on b2. We castle. I mean, he has a lot of his pieces look at my king again, so castling is not the best idea, but I haven't found a better way to play this French. I should focus more on analysis, because he just storms me with the knight, the bishop, the queen. Everything is free to attack my king on my king side after I castle. Yeah, everything's looking at my king. It's very dangerous. You can just sacrifice the bishop and then attack immediately with the after I castle, right? He sacrificed the bishop, takes the pawn. If I take with the king, he can check me with the knight. Yeah. Exchange the bishop, take the pawn. And now castle. Reroute the knight, put it in the center, attack the bishop. Make space for my other knight, which is undeveloped, and find a way how to maybe just take the pawn. Find a way to maybe just attack the center pawn of his. This is looking horrendous for me. In this position, he has to be so much better. I'm up 2, but I think in position wise I should be down. It's just bad. Yeah, like I said. And he can now push the queen onto h5, and then it's just game over. Yeah. I mean, I don't even see a way how to defend this. Could push the pawn, push the knight, attack the queen, but it's, I mean, this is just game over. There's nothing I could do in this position. I don't feel like. If I push, attack, he can take with the knight. If he pushes the pawn, it's checkmate, develop check, and then it's checkmate because the queen can just checkmate me and cannot go to f7 because, yeah, it's the desperate move. If he pushes the pawn, then we can block with the rook. If he checks with the knight, we can take with the rook. If he moves the bishop, we can block with the rook, but this is just obviously lost. Yeah, now it's game over. I have to block with the rook and then it's done. Checkmate. Horrendous game. I really have to check the analysis for the French because it's just horrific. Let's hope this Queen French game goes better. Develop the bishop, put the knight in the center. Push out the bishop and pin the knight. Yes, and then castle. Should be okay. He takes, and now maybe push the queen to defend the pawn. Yeah. And now what can I do? Put the knight in the center after I attack his knight. Now we take with the knight and then attack the rook and fork between the rook. If we take the pawn, he can take with the bishop. There's a possible fork with the bishop, but it's defended by the queen. So if I get rid of the queen or the bishop, I can get a pawn. First I push away the knight. And try to get rid of this bishop. Maybe put the rook in the center to have control over the open file and also have more place for the king. Now move the bishop out of the way. He's been attacked. Yeah, if I push like this, need to get rid of this knight who's defending the fork for the bishop. He's attacking. We can attack with the pawn, maybe the queen. But it's attacked by the knight. If he, yeah, just gonna take the pawn. If he takes with the knight, we can just go back and take with the bishop. And this This rook only has one good square, which is this one. Otherwise it's nearly trapped. One good square. And now we can also take the other pawn in the center, which is free. And also find a way to attack the rook to trap it, because it only has one good square. If he doesn't move the rook out of the way, we're gonna trap it on the file. If he pushes with the knight, we just take with the bishop. He takes, and then we trap the rook. Okay, what can he do? He's gonna push the rook to defend, and now we double the. Okay, now we can. The bishop's attacking, so we try to block the bishop's attack on this square with the rook while attacking the queen. Now we can just check him. He didn't see it. He thought we're gonna attack, but we're just gonna check, and then it's game over. If you can push back with the rook, but then we take, and then it would be checkmate anyway. So second game with the French was okay. See how the third game goes. Let's play the Vienna. Oh no, he didn't play for the Vienna. He playing the Scandinavian defense, which I don't like. Push the knight or the other pawn to defend. We take. And now we develop. And develop. If we develop the knight, he can just push, and then we have to go back. Then we can, but since we can block with the queen, so he cannot take, it's all right. I think it's not the most accurate move, but still gonna do it. Okay, now we have to move the knight out of the way and keep attacking it. If he pushes the knight, we have to go back and defend the light square, so he doesn't have a fork between the rook and the king on c2. Yeah, just gonna defend the white square. I mean, this is so good for black. Look at this good position of his knight. We have to find a way to get rid of the knight. If we exchange everything, I think it's a good idea. He has too many attackers, then he's checking us. We're just gonna go back with the knight. We cannot take, because we would have just get checked with the queen. And now if he moves, he attacks with the knight. He has a good square on g4. And this power pawn. This pawn in the center is crazy good. This pawn is making his whole position. It's crazy. We need to get rid of his good knight. Yeah. If he pushes, we can block. If he pushes with the bishop on g4, we can block with our bishop. Maybe also pawn, but the pawn is not a good idea, because then we get forked between the queen and the rook. I don't know what this does, but we're just gonna try to kick away this good knight, because it's very annoying. If he pushes the pawn, he has a He has a fork because the fork is defended. Okay, now he's pinning on our knight. We have to push away the bishop. Maybe we can just defend with the other knight. If we push the other knight. Or what else can we do? No. It's gonna push the pawn, put the bishop on the diagonal, and then try to get rid of this knight. To try to force an exchange. You can also defend with the knight, with the other knight, and push away the bishop with the pawn. But if he pushes a pawn and kicks away our knight, it's not good. So I'm just gonna attack with the bishop on the diagonal, sorry. He has such a good position. He has to be winning. And then I don't know what's showing, but he has to be winning. It's just way better to have this. That's a brilliant move, checking us. Just gonna have to take, then moved. Oh, he's taking with the pawn. Okay. We have to give away our knight, because everything's just hanging. Now we're just gonna take with the knight, because he can push away the knight with the pawn. That's why we take. And now push away, after that push away the bishop with the knight. With the pawn, sorry. But we're just reacting and defending this whole game. I mean, we're just... This shows how strong the knights are. This knight in the opening position was just controlling this whole game. Now what happens when you push your pawns too far? You give the knight a good square and then you can not do anything. I mean, I had to waste my whole opening just to get rid of this good knight in a good position. It was. And I don't think it was a good idea of him to exchange the bishops, but we try now to just unpin our king so we can attack the knight on h5. He's taking, we're checking. He's pushing, we're checking. And we can develop the queen and attack the knight. He can check us. It's defended with the rook, so it's okay to do the move. I don't know what he can do. But we are okay now. Now after we exchanged so many pieces, we are okay. He was attacking. Every time you are attacked, you try to exchange all the pieces. So he has less pieces to attack with. Okay, he defends. We can push and then take. Yeah. We push away if he takes, but what we missed was that the rook was hanging. The rook was hanging. The bishop could have taken the rook. No. We kind of pin our bishop. If he takes with the... Yeah, if he takes... Cannot take back because it's defended by the queen. We now unpin our bishop, so you can move again. And also we missed that we could have just taken the horse, the knight. The knight was just hanging. Now he defends the knight and also has a discover check after he moves the knight. Now checking all the squares he can go with the knight. Now we just unpin or just move our king out of the way. Okay. We just gave our opponent our rook because now it's discover check. He can take. Yeah, it's just losing. Very bad. We're down 5. We take. He takes. And he's up 7 or 6. We can take this. There's a check with the rook. It's gonna move out the way. And now this is horrendous. He can just take with the rook and then it's checkmate. Very dangerous, but he did it with the queen. Now the bishop's defended again. Yeah, if he would have checked after taking the bishop, it would have been very dangerous position, but he did it with the queen. So we got lucky here. Okay, his rook is hanging. We have the bishop and the queen on the king and the queen on the same diagonal, so we can fork him with the bishop. And now he blundered. We can take the rook, but it's better to just check him. Then the only move is to go forward, and then we can fork the bishop and the king and the queen, and we get the queen. So this is just a blunder. We was winning and now we're equal at least. Oh no, now I'm up. I'm up 3. Yeah, it's such a good position where you can just walk down the pawns and make a queen because everything's defended, but now he lost the queen. He blocks with the knight, but we have another check. You can just check him. He has to move the king and then we can get the bishop. And then check him again and get the queen. Okay, now the move is to take with the queen, check the king, and then this is not a checkmate. He has the square, the c7 square, so this is not a checkmate. If I go to b5, so I think the best move is to take, get another tempo. He has to move the king, and then we can take the queen. And I think now this is just game over. There's nothing you could do. And this just lost. It was such a crazy game. Whole game I was down. This knight was harassing me. Couldn't do anything. I was just defending. I missed a rook for free and a knight, and I got lucky in this game. I'm looking for the mate. I don't see it because if I push there, check him there, he can just walk there. There's nothing I can do. If I go there, he has can just walk back. So I think the best move is to take the queen. And then check him and then get the other rook. It should be alright. And let's see how he responds. Okay, he just goes up. Okay. That was a tough game, but we did it. Guys, thanks for watching and subscribe.